They tried to stop me, but nothing can stop me. Welcome back to part 39 of Analyzing the Game with your host, your vocalist, background vocals, lead vocals, arranger, producer, script writer, songwriter, film writer, conductor, percussion, drums, bass guitar, lead guitar, ref, scout, president. The list goes on. You're here with your host, that boy Des. Thank you guys for joining me again on Analyzing the Game. Shout out to everybody that has subscribed to me, everybody that has engaged in my creations, engaged in my videos, engaged in my visions, engaged in my dreams, engaged in my ideas. And shout out to everybody that has subscribed, comment, shared, and liked. If you don't know what Analyzing the Game is, or you don't know who that boy Des is, or you haven't commented, you haven't shared, you haven't liked, you haven't subscribed, you haven't engaged, you will and know soon. Part number 39 of Analyzing the Game. Shout out to myself. Give a big shout out to me. I'm very proud of myself. I'm very appreciative. I'm very blessed. I'm very happy. And just going through the journey of life and going through the process of life and going through the hardships of life and continue to try to learn, continue to try to grow, continue to try to get better, continue to try to just see everything for what it is and not be afraid and not be scared and not have any doubts in what I am doing, and just stand in the present moment and stand in what I am doing, and stand in just being happy and being proud of myself and not being down on myself and not being down because of what possibly isn't coming from the things that I am creating. Truthfully, I don't care, because I don't have any. This didn't come from anybody else's. This didn't come from anybody else's dreams. This didn't come from anyone else's experiences. This didn't come from anyone else's visions. This didn't come from anyone else. This came from me. And now I have the documentation. I have the creations. I have the mindset. I have everything that I would like to have, and this is making me happy, and I will continue to be happy, and I will continue to be appreciative for the opportunity and the chances that I continue to get to just hit the record button every single time for you guys, for myself. And it's so, if you're new to my channel, I have a journal. These two ones that I gotta hang up that I posted. Yes, I have a journal. I do a daily journal, daily free write, daily vision, just daily writing, and it just helps me just with my mind to get my thoughts out, to get my experiences out, to get my visions out, to get everything out and onto paper, and just not have it all cluttered into my mind. And it truthfully helps me. And if I wasn't doing this, I would be so angry. I would be so mad. I just wouldn't know what to do. Because now I have the writings. Yes, sometimes I sit on them a little bit just to let them marinate, let a few things go. You never know in today's matrix, in today's reality, in today's society, in this structure of the world, anything new can happen this fast in an instant. So sometimes, I don't post them. I sit on them after I write them for maybe a couple weeks, or a few weeks, and then I decide which ones I would like to do and what I feel like I would like to speak about, I would like to articulate about, I would like to communicate about, and I would like to just voice my experiences and voice what I see about. So it has grown me as a person, and it has taken me and allowed me to see so much in about myself, which I certain things in certain places that I could have been in certain moments wouldn't have allowed me to be here. So that's why I am proud of myself, and I am fully appreciative of the opportunity that I seen for myself and the chance that I took on myself, because I didn't have to do this. And it really just takes me to like back to how I can say how my ancestors just carried, they wanted to move the needle forward. So who would I be to not try to attempt to speak on the wrongdoings and speak on our system, this capitalistic system, to speak on what I see? Because I know. I don't really care to know anything, if you want me to be honest, because that doesn't really mean anything. But I know history. So I've seen and I understand the patterns. I understand what my ancestors went through, what they had to do to get certain things. So who am I to just sit here and be like, I'm not going to speak up on something that's wrong, or on things that are wrong? Who? I'm not bigger than nothing. It's also just so, because they had to deal with more than I did, or the more than we did. And yes, this current time, I still do believe that slavery is alive. But back then, it's not even close. It's not even close. And people, we're just so normalized. We just have, like, do you want the newest iPhone? Do you want the newest clothes? Do you want the newest car? Do you want the newest anything? That's a slavery mindset, because you're stuck to these companies. You're stuck to these consumerism. You're stuck to the capitalistic system, because they're continuing to make money off of you, and you're putting in your hard-earned time. You're putting in your hard-earned labor. You're putting in your hard-earned everything. And that is a mindset thing. That is a slavery. That is a slave mindset. And how will you be able to see yourself free from that mindset, free from all of these things? And yes, of course, you can get stuff that you like, and you can get stuff that you think that is good for you. But constantly needing everything that is new, constantly needing a new upgrade, constantly thinking that you need these things because they're putting them out consistently. That's their pattern. That's their model. That's their playbook. That's how they want it to be. For instance, cars. New cars come out. So many cars come out every single year. New models, new models, new models, new models. Prices go up, price go up, price go up. It don't even make sense. It does, because of course that's the, like I said, that's the model, that's the style, that's the playbook that they use. But cars are supposed to last. You shouldn't be getting a car every 3 years, every 2 years. Same thing as a phone. Same thing as a computer. Same thing as all of these things. It's just consumerism to cater to the mindset that they have established in this capitalistic system, the slavery mindset. And for me, once again, who am I? My ancestors gave their blood, sweat, and tears to build everything that is here, to put in place the same system that is being used right now, the capitalistic system. You are going to pick these crops, and we're going to sell them to another country to make items, and then we're going to garner the wages off of that. The same exact thing. We're not going to pay you a dime. This is free labor. Now, it's like, yeah, you get paid, but clearly the minimum wage is still at $7. So they're not moving off of that because they want to remain getting the profit while minimizing paying the people, the workers, the slaves. Regardless of what anybody wants to think, in this system, everybody is a slave right now. So, regardless of what you think or what you believe, you're in it. We're in it. So, it's hard because that's how it's set up. But most people don't want to acknowledge that. It's hard for them to be able to think because how it's set up. Because originally, slaves, they were black. Now, you don't have to be black to be a slave. You can work a minimum wage job. And you get paid nothing. But the corporations are, how much are they making a day? How much are they making a month? How much are they making a year? Billions, millions. And they're paying you $8, $10 an hour. That, to me, that's slavery, modern day slavery. So it hasn't gone away. And people don't want to acknowledge that because people are scared to talk about how people got did. They think the people in power think that you can say that slavery didn't happen and just say that you should move on from slavery or that people should move on from slavery. No, because I'm never gonna forget what they did. Never. Because that's injustice to my ancestors. Because the stuff that they put them through, that we had to do, to just be looked at as normal, or to get regular rights, or to be normal, to get voter representation, to get anything, to anything that we had to fight for it. And honestly, I believe that my people and my ancestors, we thrive in that. Sucks to say that we always come together and we always push forward when it's the worst times. But in the worst of worst times, we always can't save the day. But I know that to push forward, to just to take up what they did and to not be scared. I don't believe anybody should be scared. It doesn't matter, bro. Let's be real. Because I know for sure, and this is documented. So, I'm willing to die for what I believe. So, and I've been saying this. Because like what? It's just so, it's so many iterations of, especially black people, they get killed for telling the truth. Everybody, a bunch of people that I look up to, got killed for just simply telling the truth. Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, Martin Luther King. The list goes on. Just telling the truth about what they see about this system. So do you think that I am going to be afraid to tell the truth? The truth out there. It's in plain. It's in the proof is in the proof is in the pudding. So yeah, but when you speak up and when you come together and when you want more and when you want to do better for the next person and you want to do better for your community, it's so easy for them to pit everybody against you. Even your own people, even your own kind. That's the worst part. And I could say that in this society, in the Matrix now, everything is set up for you to not realize that, to distract you, to make everything an illusion, to make everything basically seem as it's not that. But if you can escape from, I don't know, social media, you can escape from everybody's opinion, from everybody's just constant anything, you will be able to sit down and realize how bad it is currently. Yes, it's bad. It's very bad. And the thing is that people won't be able to realize that. And I just believe that people won't care because they're so, everything may seem so normal to them. But in the 60s, in the 1960s, we knew the power that we had. And yes, rights right now could be an illusion. That could also be a sign of slavery. Rights right now could be an illusion or so-called a myth. But if it's everybody together, but it starts by person, one person each. It starts with you. If you realize that this ain't it, I'm just not living up to what the path that all of my ancestors set for me. Maybe not in previous generations, but before, just look at history. Just pay attention to history. History matters. And that's why I believe now it was so easy to embed these things into the capitalistic system that kept slavery around, because people seem to just forget about history. And yes, you live in the present moment, but all of these things happened in the present moment. They just kept going on. So you're just gonna be like, oh yeah, this doesn't matter. That didn't matter. This legislation didn't matter. This didn't matter. Such and such couldn't do this. Such and such couldn't do that. Supreme Court said such and such couldn't do this. Congress said such and such couldn't do this. Federal law said such and such couldn't do this. These people couldn't do this. No, certain things was placed into law to diminish one group of people or multiple groups of people. And like I said, I'm never gonna forget what the white people did to Native Americans, did to blacks, African Americans, whatever you want to call it. I'm never gonna forget. To the next person, okay, that might be fine with them, but no, never, because then for instance, say you captured some people, and then you captured people, and then you killed these people, and you whipped these people, you beat these people, you starved these people, you overworked these people for free. You did all of this. And then you said that these people are violent. And you said these people are killers and thieves. You said that. A justification because you was doing that. Or they was doing that. And they is the people, white people. They is the people in the government right now that are doing that same exact thing. To everybody, to normal citizens, to the everybody that's not in the same class as them. And that's why when people say that they think just because that they're a different skin color than someone else in this system, that they believe that they're over someone. No. In a capitalistic system, anybody can get it. Clearly, anybody can get it. But that's how it was set up. You put black people here, then everybody just doesn't want to be at the bottom. So if they think that they're just one up, they think that they're over you, then they can downplay black people. You're in the same boat. Literally. The same exact thing. Yeah, people just need to realize what true face value is. And attempting to escape it, and stuff like this may seem so radical, but it's not. This is just a normal view of what I see. A normal view of what everybody should see. Because I know for sure I got the freedom of speech. I don't care what no one says. I don't care who is in power. I have the freedom of speech. So doesn't matter to me. If you don't like it, you don't have to hear. You don't have to listen. Sadly. So, sucks to suck. If you didn't want to hear the truth. If you can't hear the truth, bruh, you're not ready. And a lot of people not ready for the truth. They need to look themselves in the mirror. They need to just pay attention, to be honest. You need to just pay attention to history. You just need to know a little bit of history. And everybody's not perfect. I'm not perfect. I didn't do everything right in my whole life. I didn't. But I want to get better. I want to grow. I want to learn. I want to learn myself. I want to learn about where I am. It's just that simple. And I don't believe that I am right every single time. I don't want to be right every single time. I don't care to be right. But I am going to speak what I see with my own two eyes. Not what somebody else tells me. Or not what anybody else tells me. Same thing with slavery and God. People want to believe in God so bad. But where was God? What was God when white people was bombing churches and white people was killing babies and white people was feeding them to alligators and white people was skinning people and white people was hanging people in the name of God? What about God then? That's the same God that people still talk about or praise. For most people, that's the God that they know. What sense does that even make? It don't make any sense at all. That's why you need to look in the mirror. You need to wake up. Sadly. And not even sadly. It's just you need to do that for your own good. For your own happiness. Because I know for sure. Bruh. I don't even want to say it, bruh. You use the Bible to justify that you had that someone was better than somebody else. That's not what the Bible. That's not what it's about. That's not what God about. I don't care. If you believe in God, if you believe in any God, any higher power, anything. So that was a good rant. Oh yes, if you're new to my channel, I do name/title all of my free writes, all of my journals, all of my visions, all of these writings that I make. And this one is titled Slave. Are you a slave to the system of control? The controlling system? Are you a slave to the capitalistic system? We all are, until you allow yourself to escape free. And who knows what that takes, and who knows what could happen if everybody allows themselves to take that growth, to take that step, to take the chance, to take the opportunity, to take that. And what are you willing to do for that? And not everybody's willing to go that far for what they believe or what they are willing to know or what they are willing to experience. But for me, shoot, I mean, honestly, life can't get any worse than it is now. Like, you already can't own a home. You barely are going to own a home. You barely will get a working wage. You barely would be able to afford anything. So it's like, why not? Let's be honest. Let's be truthfully honest. People think that, I don't even know. But where's the pitchforks and all that? We need them. Yes, I'm saying this on the video, but like, come on. But yes, if you're new to my channel, subscribe to me at THAT B-O-Y-D-E-Z. Analyzing the Game, part 39. Shout out to everybody in the world. Shout out to all the humans going through their process, going through their journey. Hope you're taking care of your mind, body, and spirit in these terrible times. Continue to elevate, continue to grow, continue to want to know yourself, want to know thyself, and just go. And don't have no fears and don't have any doubts. And if you needed to hear it and nobody has told you, I believe in you. But before anybody can believe in you, you have to believe in yourself. We're out of here. I will be back. Next video, it's a banger. It's part 40, creation 40, vision 40. 40% there after this one when I get to the next one. So, we got to hit.